Attention, the following broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, Mugenross here giving you this week's Smackdown review. This is the Smackdown straight after Payback and where the story continues. So we'll get straight into it with Charlotte Flair and Shotzi opening the show. Shotzi comes out in a tank, so it was nice to see the tank is back in action in full pyro glory, and we have them going against Damage Control. This carries on from last week where Shotzi and Bayley had a one-on-one match and Charlotte Flair helped Shotzi when they were all jumping Shotzi. It was pretty cool. It was a quite good match. Some of the key notes to give away here was that Bayley tried stomping on the tank when they came out as Damage Control and didn't really do any damage to it, and Shotzi just laughed at her, very menacing and like still playing into that I've gone insane style, and I really liked it. I thought that was a cool way to play into a character and both having the heel and face kind of fun behind it. The match was very much a hard-hitting match, quickly turned into a brawl where several of them they went to look like they were going for standard grapples, but then it just turned into a fist fight and then constantly brawling as soon as the bell hit. Interesting note again was Shotzi doing moonsault off the second rope. She usually does it off the top rope, but second rope moonsault, taking both Shotzi and Charlotte out. Bayley trying to capitalise on that as well, throwing them in the ring. Really awesome spots where the figure four was set in, but a meteor was hit by Io. Io looked like she was going to do a finisher, but then we get into the most interesting bit of this match was as Dakota Kai is standing and watching and seeing Damage Control are close to the win and kind of nearly celebrating, Asuka appears behind her and snags the belt off her, just dancing around laughing, distracting all of Damage Control, so Charlotte and Shotzi capitalise on this. Both hit them while they're all confused with what's going on with Asuka and the distraction. Shotzi gets the pin count for a 3. I was happy for this because Shotzi now getting a win against some bigger names on the card will push her up more. Even if she is being guided by Charlotte, I feel like Shotzi needs that screen time and let this new character she's going with of this kind of unhinged attitude build up more. And I'm enjoying seeing where it goes. For me though, the favourite bit of this is now Asuka and Io are lined up to face each other for the belt, and I feel like this can be a long feud storyline where Asuka basically went, wow, you cashed in on me. I never fought you one-on-one. You said you wanted this fight against me, but look how you got the win for the belt. You're not ready for me and I'm going to prove that. Where Io's like, I am ready and I'll show you I'm ready. I'll challenge you 2 weeks in. So I thought that was really cool. We now have a Smackdown match that is guaranteed for the Women's Championship between Asuka and Io Sky. Knowing Damage Control isn't banned from ringside, they'll probably be involved. So I'm still going to say Io will retain that, and I think it'll build it to the longer longer storyline as mentioned. Yeah. So we then go into Jimmy Uso is chilling backstage, talking to Paul Heyman, being like, look, I had Solo say I'm not out the bloodline till they tell me I'm out the bloodline. I came and spoke to you guys and, you know, everything that was going on. So I'm in. I'm still in the bloodline. And he's wearing the We Are The One shirt. And Paul Heyman's like, no, I get it. If you're not out, you're in, but you're not in either. Like, you're not in till the Tribal Chief says that you're in. And he was like, you handle your AJ Styles business. And before you know it, I'll put this family back together, and also Jimmy Uso bloodline business. And I thought this was really cool. You see Paul Heyman kind of walking nervously, talking to himself for a few moments. Not really much we could pick up from the mic, so he could have subtly said something, and if anyone had really keen ears and heard it, maybe there's an extra layer to that story there. But walking down, he sees AJ Styles sorting out his gear and his prep with the I think they're called seamstresses. Either way, he's sorting out gear. Paul Heyman goes, oh, I was just talking about you. They have a back and forth. AJ Styles literally grabs him, slams him into these chests and say, you've got no power here, you've got no clout, no one's here to save you. And then Jimmy jumps him and he really gives it to AJ, throws him off these like metal cases, everything, and looks at Paul Heyman and goes, "Handle AJ Styles business, isn't it? Like OG." And it was like, okay, interesting. So Paul Heyman, like, kind of reluctantly, but also kind of in a bit of a shock moment, goes, "Call Roman Reigns." So we'll see where the story progresses from there, and there's some more interesting notes of progression of a newer era of Bloodline, maybe, that we will get into shortly. We have the backstage interview with Damage Control and Io, and this is what I mentioned about Io saying she was ready, so the match has been fully confirmed. We then have it very quickly interrupted by an eruption of the crowd because LA Knight walks out. This was amazing. As he stood in the ring with a mic in a hand, he kind of soaked in the crowd for a few moments, and I'm like, the man deserves to do that. Let him have his fun before he hit the "let me talk to ya." He goes on about how he beat The Miz, and let's talk about his theme song for a minute. In your theme song, it says, "I came to play." And he's like, "Well, I didn't come here to play. I came here to go straight to the top, and whoever's in my way, I'm going to walk straight through them." And states, "But you, on the other hand, you've been playing dress up last week. You played pretend with John Cena there. It's all just a game to you. And you quickly found out that, you know, you lost. I didn't need John Cena to help me win, but John Cena gave me the free count. I didn't need John Cena's endorsement. I endorsed myself to stand in this ring. But if you can't get over that, and you can't let me win against you that way, and you want to be a cockroach, fine, let's have a match. I'll call you out right here, right now." To Austin Theory and Grayson Waller first comes out and goes, "La Knight." Doesn't call him LA Knight, calls him La Knight, which I thought was hilarious. Goes, "Is that really a good idea? You know, seeing as The Miz absolutely decimated John Cena on Raw when he didn't. It was all pretend. The whole running joke of 'you can't see me with John Cena,' that he fought an invisible John Cena. Which, you know what? No one done that yet. And Miz was really smart to do that as a segment. I think that was genius. But yeah, Grayson Waller and now his new tag partner, Austin Theory, because remember, the greatest tag team in the world, because they're only 1-0, come out, and they start kind of bashing on La Knight, and just talks about how he beat the ref that helped LA Knight win. He's beat Rey Mysterio and his stepson Santos Escobar in their greatest tag team match ever, and everything like that. And says he's the youngest two-time USA champion. What have you done? And it's like, "Oh, you've been here. That's it." Which I thought, low blow, but okay, I see where this is going, especially as a heel. And the build-up was very well done. LA Knight rebuttals back with them, just saying, "Oh no, let me show you how it's done." Because they were doing the "yeah" every time Austin Theory would say his like accolades, like Grayson Waller would do a "yeah." It wasn't as good as the LA Knight way of doing it, so he showed them how it's done. The interesting one to take away of insults he gave them was crotch goblins. I was like, I know that's PG way of just basically insulting them and saying they suck, but like, that was a very unique way of saying it, and I was here for it. We also have the match start with Grayson Waller deciding he'll take commentary, and Austin Theory and LA Knight go at it. The aggression from Austin Theory starts very strong. A lot of hard-hitting moves straight to LA Knight. He doesn't really get the momentum, but Austin Theory, doing his usual, gets a little too cocky in the ring, starts saying LA Knight, "You're nothing," getting distracted by multiple things. I will admit, there was a really cool early 2 count that Austin Theory had, and I was like, oh my god, are they doing a squash match? Like, it really worried me for a moment. But momentum gets back in LA Knight's favour. There was this really cool spot. I don't even know what move to call it, but he basically did like a running half stunner, half RKO that he hit on Austin. And yeah, that move was just incredible with how quick he did that. Get some momentum on the outside, start fighting out there. As that happens, Grayson Waller quickly runs off commentary, exposes the turnbuckle, and tries to show Austin Theory, "Look, hit him with this exposed turnbuckle. We'll get an easy win. Do it, do it. That doesn't happen because LA Knight notices it, dodges it very quickly, hits his standard reversal, does the elbow drop, so we're like, oh yeah, here we go, skull crushing finale will happen. The first one doesn't because Grayson Waller hops up, distracts the ref, so LA Knight does what every standard LA Knight does, hits Grayson Waller out the way, he quickly dodges, then Austin Theory has that momentum to try and go back in it again, they go back and forth, and then LA Knight quickly sneaks in a very fast, out of nowhere, like, blunt force trauma. I love how I called it skull crushing finale as well, as a little joke there. Yeah, so the blunt force trauma happens. It is LA Knight's win again, which was awesome. We have a backstage with Kathy and AJ Styles. AJ Styles being asked, can he still do the main event tonight and still fight against Jimmy? And he went, I'm standing, aren't I? If I'm standing, I can fight, and nothing's going to stop me from taking Jimmy's head off him. Which I thought, you know what? Very interesting. Very cool way of rebuilding AJ Styles' aggression and anger. Not being this kind of joker, have a laugh kind of guy now. We then have Judgment Day rock up. No Rhea Ripley because she was in India for the Superstar Spectacle. And we were being told we'd get highlights of that and everything put on the network and on Peacock shortly. But yeah, so Judgment Day walk out with the new tag belts. Dominic is with them, so Dominic did not fly to India to help out Rhea, but I don't think she really needed it anyway. They are going against the Brawling Brutes. We get a very quick backstage segment as they're getting comfortable and in the ring with LA Knight interrupting Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce, where Paul Heyman is like, you need to deal with this, I can't believe the wrestler laid hands on me, no one does that, you need to sort this. And it was like, oh, but first, Tommy Hugh was drafted. He's like, I can't tell you, that comes from higher ups, I don't know yet, that comes from the highest of highs. And LA Knight rocks up, was like, wow, you saw what happened, you heard it from me, you heard it from Austin and everyone, that the Miz could beat me and everything, so how about we book it for next week? You know, let me put it to him properly. And Adam Pearce is like, you know what, yeah, that sounds good, next week, I'll make it official. And then Paul Heyman's like, oh, we haven't thoroughly been introduced. My name's Paul Heyman. I'm a fan of your work. And he's like, oh, really, are you now? And he's like, yeah. Like, taking the mick out of LA Knight's, yeah. He's like, but the next time this happens, and you know people are backstage, like, you know, I'm in here discussing with Adam Pearce, knock the door first. Are we clear? And LA Knight, no caring, as calm as could be, stands close to Paul Heyman's ear and says very quietly, yeah, in an angry, kind of, I understand but I don't care tone. And I was here for this. I was like, why do I want to see where this progresses now? And it just, a lot of the storylines out of this SmackDown have been really new and fresh and like really interesting takes on things going forward. We then get to Judgment Day being on the mic. Damien makes it clear that Judgment Day are the most dominant faction. Said, we've done something no one else has done. We've done something even Roman Reigns couldn't do. We've done something better that the bloodline couldn't do. We beat KO and Sami Zayn, and we took the undisputed tag team belts back to ourselves. We called them out. We said we'd beat them. Unlike the Usos, who couldn't. And you just hear them saying about how dominant they are, how they've got the belts, and you have Ridge come out and cut an amazingly strong promo. Like, this man can properly talk on a mic. Let him do it more often. I know Sheamus is your big voice, but like, damn, they made Ridge really come across as a cool dude to fight against people. It was like, I couldn't really hear over Dom being booed. Did they say they're the most dominant? Well, you're in SmackDown, and it's fight night, and we're one of the most dominant guys who are ready for a fight in the Brawling Brutes, and we're going to show you that. But, it's not me you need to be worried about. I usually break people like yourselves, but there's more violence than me, it's Butch. Finn looking at them, like Damien and Dom laughing, being like, "You heard this guy? You heard this guy? I should be scared of him." And like points at Butch, and then like kind of pushes him with his fingers. "I'm not scared of you." Butch snaps his fingers straight away, and we go straight into the match. I loved this. I loved Ridge's promo. I loved the Judgment Day. I loved how they kind of teased how like Finn and Pete Dunne have had a previous history, but they didn't go too in depth with it, which I wish they kind of did a bit more. Like just give Finn a couple of extra minutes to just slam like, "Well, I've beat him in NXT. Why would I fear him now?" type of deal is what I would have gone with. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. We then get straight into the match, as I said. Ridge going straight for a headlock spin on Finn. There was a really cool opening spot where Damien hit like a really dominant punch to just rock the wind out of Butch. We had awesome part where there was Ridge power up lifting both of them and flipping them over, like Damien and Finn. I was like, damn, Ridge has really got the powerhouse to him. Butch was like the MVP of this match though. He sold everything and he still had momentum. The amount of like near fall kickouts he did, the pop-up kicks he was doing, just insecurities, everything. Like Butch sold that match for me as like, damn, this match knows how to hit hard, and it was really good. You had an awesome Damian Priest kick where it was right by Butch running to the rope to get the momentum to do a clothesline. Damien hitting that, it was like boom, and you just saw Butch fly. We then get a really interesting part of it where we transition backstage, and lo and behold, who's watching this match unfold? Pretty Deadly. And I'm like, I'm here for this. Does that mean they're near close to getting back in the ring? Because we saw them away from like several weeks, and now they're showing them on telly again. Is this to rebuild them or make them know they're still here and they're still upset with Brawling Brutes? And how are they going to feel now that, you know, Grayson Waller's teaming with Austin Theory? Because them two had a thing with Austin Theory. Unless they're going to make it a faction of them four and they're all just going to be the big mouth talkers, I think that would be so awesome. Butch doing a Shining Wizard and a moonsault as well was so cool, because he did it really fast. There was a superplex that Butch did on Finn as well, which was clean. We had a miss of a coup de grace and then countered into a German suplex as well, which was like just great ring telling, amazing combination sequences from everyone. You get this, the really awesome part to finish the match though was Damien getting the Sound of Heaven on Ridge, picking up Butch, and also doing the Sound of Heaven Butch onto Ridge. Finn Balor looks up, goes, okay, I see what I'm doing, does the coup de grace, hits both of them for the free count. It was super dope, incredible to see with the match, and Brawling Brutes really showed their strength. I could see them having a longer rivalry with them again, and we'll see where it goes. But as Brawling Brutes leave the ring, we hear a familiar song that's been coming back up the past few weeks. Bobby Lashley enters the arena, standing next to the Street Profits, walking down the ramp, very much with a business look on their eyes. They stare down and look at Judgment Day. Judgment Day are looking back. Really cool moments where you've got Dom blows towards the NXT USA belt and just like kind of smirks. Finn just kind of like rolls his shoulders as he's got the belt, and you see Damien kind of look like he's lifting up that Money in the Bank briefcase towards Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley just states, "You were right. The bloodline is crumbling, but it won't be you guys. It'll be us." And I'm here for it. Give me a Judgment Day versus Street Business is what I'm gonna call it, or you know, it's like it's Hurt Business 2.0 but with the Street Profits, and I'm just here for all of this. Like, it's so sick. I'm like fully here for it with wherever it goes. But yeah, we had that build up. I'm ready for that to then go to AJ Styles backstage, finding the Good Brothers and Mia Mia Yim, also known as Michin, and he just kicks off. It's like, you know what's going on, right? So you saw me get jumped, right? Where were you guys? And they just apologise, and he's like, so that's how it is, like. And he just smacks Carl Anderson's phone out of his hand, and he's like, dude, we've always had each other's back, right or wrong, because Carl Anderson was like, we told you not to get in bloodline business. It's like, always had each other's back. But if that's how it's going to be, I don't want you anywhere near my match. So he's kind of distanced himself from the Good Brothers, but maybe this will be a kick in Good Brothers' face to rebuild the OC as these strong, dominant guys, not these jokey, having a laugh type of guys backstage, and not being okay if they win or lose. But yeah, it was pretty awesome to see. We have Jimmy Uso walking out to his brand new theme, and this theme song is very unique and interesting because it kind of shows a lot more of the Roman Reigns side of the bloodline in Jimmy's theme, where you can tell that he's now trying to break out, trying to be acknowledged by the bloodline for himself, and being a part of them separate away from Jay, whereas Jay's theme song has a lot more of the original Uso style, and him just being like, well, I want to go back to our roots, I want to go back to what we were known for, we don't need a bloodline to beat us. So it's interesting dynamics just from theme songs alone going into the storyline here. We see a very aggressive AJ Styles walking down to his song. He doesn't even do his usual like pose, everything, he just has some aggression to him. He's wanting to rush to that ring, and it happens. As soon as that bell rings, you see AJ Styles go furious with punches, an incredible leg sweep in between the ropes that really looked like it hurt Jimmy. Kicks to the jaw, everything, to a part where the ref was like, oh god, Jimmy, are you okay? Like, you look hurt. And like, he's trying to push AJ away, like, stop, I need to genuinely check him. So AJ walks away for a few moments. Jimmy walks out the ring, does like a 7 count. Commentators made a very good point of this, where it's like, Jimmy's very rarely ever done solo competition. Jimmy's always done this tag team stuff, or he's always had the rest of the bloodline to lean on. If he needed distractions, he would ask for the distractions. If he needed Paul Heyman, he had Paul Heyman to back him up there. Same with Solo, same with Jay. Even times with Roman would be like, Usos, help me out. So it was very unique that commentary picked up on that and was saying that he's a tag team guy, he's not really a solo guy. So let's see where this really goes. It gets to about a 7 count. Jimmy gets AJ enticed to come back into the ring. Jimmy slides in. The fight carries on. Jimmy gets a little bit of momentum because he hits this uppercut, and then them lot go for combo after combo. Very interesting spots. One part, AJ Styles gets thrown over the outside, and as that happens and Jimmy goes to look to go get him, Solo, Sakura and Paul Heyman walk out just to watch the match, observe. Match continues, back and forth, very interesting spots, some really cool super kick into a Pele kick moment. AJ looking a lot very dazed, so does Jimmy. The most interesting spot of the night here though was when Jimmy tries to talk to Solo, being like, yo Solo, help me pick up AJ, like, let's do it, let's hurt him and everything. You see Solo turn his back, and as he turns his back, AJ Styles hits the pair of them, takes this as an opportunity, slams Jimmy into the ringside barricade, like the pole, throws him into the ring, and hits a phenomenal forearm to get the 3 count. So AJ Styles wins the match, which is great because it now builds the momentum of AJ Styles knows he has to be aggressive to get the win, and he's going to try and tell that to the Good Brothers. If they want to stay by him, they need to be on the same page as him, or he'll start doing this his way again and be like, I don't need you guys, which is going to be very unique and interesting going forward. You see Jimmy's frustration and upsetness throughout all of that. But as AJ Styles walks out the ring doing his celebration, because Solo goes to get him, AJ runs off, and Solo stood in the ring waiting. Judgment Day come out, specifically Damien and Finn, attack AJ and throw him into the ring. Kind of like a peace offering to the bloodline, or like kind of working together, assisting them maybe. But yeah, it was very interesting, very unique, and I don't know if this is setting up for a Survivor Series war game of Bloodline versus Judgment Day, or some members of the Bloodline, some members of Judgment Day versus anyone else on the roster in Survivor Series. But it's a very interesting note to take, because AJ Styles gets solo spiked, and yeah, that's how we end, with Judgment Day smiling and laughing that they helped Bloodline get one up on AJ Styles. Let me know what you guys thought of this SmackDown. I think this is a very well-rounded SmackDown, very new storylines, very fresh take on it, and absolutely incredible way of building the tag division up again, because the tag team division felt very stale and very not built, whereas this episode it's like, right, here's this tag team's direction, here's this one, here's this faction's direction. So they took everything that we needed for tag team building and faction building, and they've pushed it even further. But that was my take of it. Let me know once again what you guys think, and thanks. I will see you all in the next review.